We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Plumgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Plumgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen.
Yo. You there? I believe we're live.
Oh, hi. Calling you a radical. Didn't hear the bumper. So, we got a lot of Fukushima news to talk about. A lot of Fukushima news. We got major. Every time you think this thing's calming down, oh boy, is this thing gone crazy. Now, yesterday it was reported by, of all people, Fox News. Now, you think about that. Fox News reports this. You know how crazy that is, that number 5 has a hole in the spent fuel pool, and if they don't get a handle on it, now get this, Fox News, Foxconn, Operation Foxconn themselves, says this. They don't get a handle on it, we could have a dangerous meltdown. We could have a dangerous meltdown. 1,215 days. We've got probably 6 full core meltdowns going on. I've been saying 6 for a long, long time, and I've taken so much shit. Just like I took so much shit when I said it was 1 meltdown the first day that it happened. Then I said 4. I was saying 4, and then this lunatic comes out a year later, crawls out of a crack house, says, FOIA documents. Number 4, a year after the fact. What's going on over there? I don't know, but it's not good. When they use a company like Foxconn News, who's been, could be, you know, they're right there at the top of the heap with CNN on the cover-up of this. And then they leak this story out. You know, it's just like, oh, we're going to save the world with our number 4 dog and pony show propaganda machine. Then it was, you know, it's just one thing after another. I mean, I love the ice wall. I mean, there's been dozens of them this whole time. It's a propaganda machine. I mean, you've been smacked by a smooth criminal called the Nuclear Cartel. It just shows she's running the show. Of course, the typhoon's going to hammer the massive typhoon, but it looks like the direct hit's going to be in the south part, but there'll be plenty of rain at Fukushima. Give them a chance just to unload, which they're all over that. I mean, they don't even have to hide it anymore. I like these people come out. There was a surfer. I ran for Surfer Magazine, went over there, and did a piece on, there's actually people surfing at Fukushima, which there's probably a handful. And they propagate, and this guy starts talking, well, it's ongoing, but they're catching the water. I'm like, dude, are you out of your mind? He had his own Geiger counter. He didn't surf. He's got to be out of his mind to go being right there. Out of his fucking mind. These people are fucking... Ignorance will kill you. Ignorance is fucking dangerous. Post-ignorance saved my life. I knew enough about my own disease to diagnose myself. If I listened to these fucking doctors, I'd have been dead. I mean, dead. And that ain't no shit. These guys... He goes over there. Hello, America. Hello, the world. They've come right out in your face and told you. The IAEA, the UN gave them permission to dump into the ocean. Well, we're doing it anyway. They're dumping into the ocean every day, all day. Now, when Fox comes out and says there's a leak in number 5. Now, we know number 5 and 6 they were unloading fuel clear back last July. When I was at the USS Reagan hearing, the first go-around, which I'll be there the second go-around in San Diego. By the way, thank you to San Diego media, local media. They're the only ones in the country. I'm telling you, I travel all over. The only local media, local television with a soul and a conscience that reports anything to Fukushima and or San Onofre is San Diego media. That is exactly how San Onofre would have never been shut down. I was getting stuff inside my room in critical condition. I was foreign to San Diego media. A lot of people were. San Diego media played it. When we went to the hearings, and Johnny Ray could testify this, you know, that day I said, let's go to the reactor. Let's go to San Onofre. You know, that's what Pendleton's at. Hello. We go there, they're staging the fake workers. We're the only ones there. Johnny Ray are the only ones there. You know, we're walking through them ISOs. You're going to get, I mean, this is dangerous. I said, look up the light poles. Solar panels in the employee parking lot of San Onofre. They don't even believe in their own shit. But when we went to the hearing, you can ask her. That place was overpacked. Everybody coming up to me. Oh, my God, Kevin, you know, one after another. Dozens and dozens and dozens of people. That hearing, San Diego media. We were reporting the corruption in San Onofre. By the way, San Onofre had a fucking leak. And, you know, these people says, oh, fuck, well, you know, we'll just surf on them. Ha, 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 we'll turn into bacon. Real funny when you get fucking cancer. I mean, we know that fucking nuclear fallout radiation is 100% correlated with fucking cancer. Leukemia. Brain cancer, all these cancers. I was working on trying to prove that it's autism. I think it's no absolute. You can't. How can you debate me? I'd love somebody. These people. I said, debate me here. We're the autism capital of the world. Let's have this debate. These freaking people, because I'll tell you what, they're all war profiteers, building autism schools, this, that, and I'm like, hello, we're the cancer capital of the world here. And finally, the Huntsman's been reporting it. Well, that'll give you cancer. 357 benzene plants, and then what trade? The number one fastly growing industry in Utah is cancer treatment. Why are you still here, Kevin? Well, we're young and dumb, I guess, and hopeless romantic, connected with this beautiful landscape. I live in a family ranch. I'm 7th generation. You know, I'm one of those salt of the earth people that got connected with the landscape and the beauty. And, you know, how do you leave that? You know, and if I look back on it, I would have left when I was young. But it doesn't help. Fukushima, the great equalizer. It's the great equalizer in many, many, many ways. Secondly, the big, huge, giant news. This was big, big, giant news. The EPA has raised the radiation level on the terroristic radiation level by 350-fold yesterday. 350 times, well, 2 days ago. And they don't even make a statement on it now. They skip through their propaganda machines and their fucking ridiculous fucking writer, just like they did. They leaked that John Holdren was running the 32-team technology team out of the Situation Room. By the way, I have the transcript from inside the Situation Room. I think it's real, too. The stuff that I've acquired over the last 3 years blow people's minds. The whistleblowers that I have had. Now, I've lost all my whistleblowers inside Japan. I don't get one single email from Japan anymore. Nobody does. I mean, just that fact alone, a gag order. The United States placing a gag order. Now, think about it. All the reactors in Japan shut down. There's no rolling blackouts in Japan. That's impossible, right? I mean, how can you have that many nuclear reactors? And they're there for nuclear power. How is that humanly possible? I mean, we were told that made up well over 50% of the electrical grid in Japan. Now, you lose 50% of your electrical grid for 3 years and you have no... That's impossible. What does that imply? Fraud. Fraud. They're fucking lying. They're lying. The nuclear reactors in Japan are only there for one reason, the same reason they're here in the United States, to make nuclear weapons. So they can point, the Queen and their puppet masters can point their nuclear weapons at countries and say, give us your freaking natural resources or we will nuke you. It's the big bully. That's all they're there for. They're threats. They're fucking threats. And they're not idle. Ask the Marines at Fallujah. These people are such sociopath, sick fuckers. Sick sociopaths. They used white phosphorus on their own men. On their own fucking people. USS Reagan hearing, I have the email. I have it. In the original days. And he stuck to it. The top dog, not McCain's dad, this admiral. By the way, the Navy and the Marines, and people argue with me, that really is the type. That is really the special relationship, not the special relationship between the Queen and the United States military, because that is a sick, sick, sick relationship. Beware of the military-industrialized complex. Forget about it. Done. Over. Mission accomplished. They raised the limit 300. Now, what does that mean? The terroristic threat. That means that's just language. They use the terroristic threat because that's how I call it the economy of fear. And you think what the economies of fear have done since 2001. Since 2000. Since they stole the election. By the way, one of the economy of fears, Mellon, inherited wealth. That guy caused more damage in this fucking country than Benedict Arnold. I mean, he inherited wealth, never worked a day in his life, the Mellon fortune in the Rust Belt. He used all his money as a political operative. Hardcore, radical, insane ideologue. He's responsible for Alito. He's responsible for Roberts. He's responsible for a lot of these, that Republican Party being hijacked by these insane John Birch radical fucking lunatics. He's responsible. He died 2 days ago of leukemia. Jamie Dimon got leukemia at 58 years old in his lymph nodes. These people, I mean, they're sociopaths, so sick and so arrogant. And even when they get cancer, because I've been there. I mean, I was the head of our school. I'm not anymore. Because I'm too intense for them, because they don't like people that live. Utah, they'll grandstand, just like the Mormon Church will tell you how they help their own. I mean, it's a placebo. It's like when you don't get a 12-pack of Bud Light. I'm drunk. I just drank a 12 one. There's no alcohol in it. I mean, it's not beer. How do they call it? Greatest advertising campaign in history? Worst product in history. It's a placebo. It's all a placebo. It's a masquerade party. This is the culture of death. Is this eugenics? You know, Fukushima used to first happen, you know, and I'm like, here's the sick part about this, the very, very sick part about this. Who would build nuclear reactors on the coast of Japan? I did many lectures for decades. A lot of people did. I was asked over and over, well, you keep saying this is going to happen. The nuclear industry kept telling us, oh, it can't happen. And I said, well, it did happen. It's called Chernobyl, fuckers. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I have Bill Gates. You know, if you use my software, my Windows 13, which still will not correct the fucking capital spell word, we got a pretty good track record with nuclear. If you take that Chernobyl and Fukushima out of it. By the way, the thieving piece of scum fucker stole everything he had. Ford Perfect was here. We were the hotbed. He stole it all. Like car crime is legal. So I would say all the time, it's going to happen fucking one of two places. It's going to happen in fucking Japan, or it's going to happen at San Rafael Diablo Canyon in California. Just logic. Geography. That's just logic. Who the fuck builds a fucking nuclear reactor and names it the devil right in California on a fault? Who the fuck's San Rafael? Southern California. I mean, it's insanity. Japan? So the 9-point earthquake hits. Everybody says, oh, the once in a 500 years earthquake. Oh, really? If it's once in 500 years, then why did it happen just 5 years earlier in Phuket? That was just as big and just as fucking bad. How many people that fucker wiped it? I mean, those whole islands that were fucking disintegrated in Indonesia. It happens for fucking centuries. That's what happens over there. The ring of fire is very real, yeah. California been dodging fucking bullets on Balco. So it happens. Anybody with fucking half a mind, I knew what fucking reactors were over there. Oh, geez, pieces of shit, Mach 1, Mach 2, fucking pieces of dog shit. I knew they couldn't handle a shake of 7.5, 7.2, fucking 9. I knew right there. They will melt down immediately. So I put up my video. It took me 5 hours to put up that video. They will fucking lie. They will grandstand. I knew that the reactors, all of them, were in meltdown immediately. Not with a tsunami knocking out the fucking generators was bullshit. The cores fucking cracked immediately. They can't handle a 7.5, a fucking 9. I knew right then. It's on. It's on. Gunderson's in my fucking site area. Hi, I'm Arnie Gunderson, Kevin. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm Arnie Gunderson. You don't know the difference. I have the emails from him. This is nothing but a hydrogen blast. You don't know the difference around high blast. He's a fucking shield. Helen Caldecott. Oh, the Japanese are tidy little people. Why? Because they're war profiteers. They've made a fortune being passive-aggressive. Look, here's where you people don't understand this. This is very, very real shit. As anti-nuclear activists, there's a lot of us that have blogs and blogs will show up in the future, if we are not dead, on the stand in courtrooms. That's how this thing works. So Helen Caldecott, freaking Arnie Gundershield, Chris Busby have been hired multiple times as expert witnesses. They charge a lot of fucking money. They go on the stand and listen to them. Gunderson pulled it right here at Blue Castle, and then they just softball dummy down and expose that all they are is for fucking the war profiteers. They're not anti-nuclear. They're pro-nuclear. Pro-nuclear. The Japanese are tidy little people. That statement alone is so grotesque, fucking racist. Without even the nuclear fallout thesis. So this thing is on. It's been on the whole fucking time. You know, Christina Ratchik says it so perfectly. The only thing being controlled at Fukushima is us in North America. And or Europe. Europe's not talking about it. Or they are in Asia. You know, a lot of my friends that were in the hierarchy royal families of Japan, you know, because I went to college with, we're the number one school business in the fucking country, maybe the world here, when I graduated and or taught there. Not now, they're gone. By the way, because our key professors have cancer. They were Japanese. Incredible, brilliant people from the Japanese shoguns. It's an elitist system over there. It's supported by the United States. Japan is us. Hello, you forget about World War II? 1,000-year treaty signed? It's us. They're the colony of the United States. Come on, please. Barack Obama was over there. He said, hey, these treaties were signed long before I was born. He's right. We are, the United States of nuclearism, the United States of cancer. So as it played out, the situation, now I've been fighting with Harry Reid. He's a Mormon from here who worked right up behind my house. He worked for ATK. You know, he was born in Yucca Mountain, right there. That's where he was born and raised as a kid, very poor. Mormon missionary son, he was 17, 18 years old. He went to Utah State. He worked right here. Mormon. I've been fighting about Yucca Mountain for decades, for years I've been fighting. I'm like, fuck, you built the fucking thing, put it, centrally locate all this fucking waste, and then let's fucking shoot it into space or do whatever, you know? You gotta realize he worked on the fucking rocket booster when it fucking blew up. That's what ATK out here does. I mean, I love all these guys. We hate you fucking socialists, you feds, you fucking feds, we hate the feds, but they all work for government fucking defense contractors. That's the greatest socialistic fuck. And I don't know what you call that fucking communism. The military industrialist complex. I mean, it's out of control. The war profit. I mean, Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Yeah, you're fucking really libertarians. Really? Really? Fuck. Oak Ridge, Tennessee, Manhattan. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of billions of fucking dollars. I mean, they're spread out all over this country. How do you turn that fucking monster up? Well, I'll tell you how. You pivot the ideology and say, hey, we fucking use this complex to clean this up. Can you imagine? Now, you think about this. You look up the subsidy to nuclear. Take 1/10 of it and put it to solar. This thing's over overnight. I mean, solar's taking the field. Think about San Onofre. Them Lions fuckers told us over and over they make up 12% of the Western grid. It's all lies. It's been offline for over 3 years. Hottest summers last year in the history of the Western United States. And no rolling blackout. They don't make it any, because it's written into Price-Anderson that we, as the taxpayer, have to fucking guarantee these things. There's no liability. We fund it. We pay for them to be built. Our money pays for them to be built. Our money pays for them to fucking run them. Our money pays for everything as the taxpayer. under the military-industrialized complex, the Patriot Act on a month. They skim off all the profit. Look up who owns them. Look up who owns them. They were deregged in the 90s. Well, they were deregged the whole time under the Price-Anderson. They're the biggest cash cow in the world. By law, we have to buy back all the things. By law, the military has to buy back their plutonium to make more weapons when they signed the non-proliferation contracts. Megan Rice did not break the law. Oak Ridge, Tennessee's breaking the law. Megan Rice went in there. She knew. When she did that, I'm like, oh, my God, I can't believe she had the guts to do it. I think they thought they would have been shot immediately. She said in the courtroom, thank you, Timothy, to the little rat fink freaking prosecutor. Calls himself an evangelical little rat fink creep. Thank you, little Timothy. I mean, who calls himself Timothy? Grown men that walks around calling himself Timothy. Oh, yeah, Geithner. I mean, you think about a grown man calling himself that. What? Yes, Mommy. I guarantee you these fucking little rat fuckers still have their fucking mommies making their bed and they're fucking 40, 50-year-old men. These sick sociopath fucking whack fuckers. Thank you for exposing me of all this other fraud and corruption. Thank you for exposing me that we're paying billions of dollars to guard this when it's just being money extracted. I have something else to protest when I get out. Doing it for hours and hours. They're making nuclear weapons at Oak Ridge, Tennessee when it's against the law. Reagan and Gorbachev signed the contracts not only to quit making them, to get rid of them. They're not getting rid of them, they're making more. It's against the fucking law. It's against international law. It's against, the Hague. Where's the fuck's the Hague? I mean, where's the fucking international community? Because they've all fucking lockstepped fucking New World, no, Old World Order, the feudals. You know, people can, I love it how people just pull back on me. They can't wrap their mind around. They can't get deeper than just the knee-jerk reaction of a tariff. And they think, oh, tariff's just a fucking taxation on imported goods. Well, no. You have to look at the broad picture. It's called enlightenment versus slavery. These are quintessential fucking historical, biblical, fucking age-old arguments. Jesus Christ was anti-usury. I mean, that's how he became who he was. He threw the money changers out of the temple. That's what Christianity was based on. That's what, well, the Muslim faith, all of these faiths were based on anti-usury philosophies. Well, we've gone all in usury. We had usury laws in this country until the mid-'80s. How did this happen? Media? Yeah. Propaganda? Yeah. I mean, 1982, 86% of the United States was anti-nuclear anything. 1.2 million people in Central Park in 19. I was there. I mean, the whole country. Then Chernobyl happened. That should have been the end right there. The UN, the IAEA, $4 billion they spent on the propaganda machine of Chernobyl. Nobody in the country still fucking knows the story of Chernobyl. Chernobyl killed millions of people. I put the number of 40 million 20 years ago. The Fukushima fucking 50, the Fukushima 50 is Fukushima 100,000. They're going exactly out of the Chernobyl playbook. Chernobyl's drafted 500,000 men, Gorbachev. They went in and mined it. They got at the core in. Somewhat. It's still fucking leaching. But it's no Fukushima. Fukushima, as I said in the very first days, this is thousands, if not millions, of Chernobyls. And Chernobyl's horrific. Horrific. Yeah, I love it. All these fans saying, Sanjay Gooch put this Donald Weber creep on fucking television. Oh, I've been over there. It's not so bad. Oh, really, fucker? Oh, it's just like this guy wrote this article for the fucking raising 350 times. Oh, they should have never even evacuated those people. What? Okay, Madam Curie. Remember her? How did she die? Oh, yeah, it doesn't hurt you. Yeah, the atomic veterans, 40,000 Marines, 60,000 Army, 100,000 men. They all died of cancer. They're all children fucking all fucked up. All of them. Chernobyl. Alina, let's talk about her. World-class marquee athlete, 30 years old. Born and raised over there. Little girl. In the Belarus. What? She just died of cancer at 30 years old? Oh, no, it doesn't kill you. We know factually, it's unarguable fucking science, that fucking nuclear fallout kills you. Gives you cancer. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it's very acute. He says in his article that it has not killed one person. Well, I know for a fact that the Fukushima workers, there's over 8,000 of them dead. Remember when they come out and I was reporting that the Fukushima, head of the Fukushima 50 was going to die, and I reported it long before he died because I was getting emails from inside Japan. One of the emails claimed it was his mother. It says, hey, he's going to die. So I went ahead and went with it. I went on my gut because some of this stuff I get tricked, but I catch myself. My sources are good. Really solid. I have the email from CBS News to 60 Minutes. This is an epic, the greatest environmental, ecological disaster in human history. They have no off switch. They're in the Situation Room. Gregory Jacko was appointed by... Harry Reid is the second most powerful man on... Well, I shouldn't say that. You would think politically. But Marie Antoinette let them eat yellow cake about... I mean, please. We know who runs this country. The military. The Pentagon runs this country. Operation Foxconn. That was done in 2000 when they stole the election. Remember the smaller, leaner military? You know, you go to Canada, why they're all rich? Because they're not spending 75% on their fucking paycheck of every dollar they make to build fucking war bombs and make these fucking war profiteers fucking use the military. I mean, they're cash cows from hell. Giant cash cows from hell. He goes into this, he's named to block Yucca Mountain, purely to block Yucca Mountain, which by law, all the waste in these reactors were supposed to be in Yucca Mountain in the 70s. Every single president has signed executive order, every last single one of them, to keep, because the Pentagon fucking the military industrial. I mean, go to D.C. I've been there. You want to talk about boom economy? It's the ugliest people in the world, by the way. Washington, D.C. is full of the most overcompensated. You walk around, everybody jogging and running in the mornings, because that's what these people do. You look at them. I've never seen, the females are hideous. I mean, ugly. I mean, physically. The ugliest people in the world, you walk around, you will not see. I spent days in D.C. I didn't see one good-looking, attractive female the whole time I was there. Not one. The ugliest people in the world, because it's Freudian, it's overcompensation. They got a boom economy from hell going on there. The military-industrial complex has gone insane post-fucking 2000 when they stole it. Mission accomplished. It all ties to nuclear. The biggest cash cows in the military-industrial complex are nuclear reactors. Now think about this. So he goes into, he's Yucca Mountain. People walk Yucca Mountain. Great. I have a lot of respect for Gregory Jacko. So he's called the Situation Room. Inside, I have the transcript from inside the Situation Room. I know exactly what went on in there. It was a fucking giant fight in there between the military and the science and technology team at Livermore. Livermore is the head of the snake. I went there on day 1000 for a fucking very good reason. I'll write a book. I'll get it all in a book when this fucking, when it's time. When I can find a real publicist and somebody that really wants to put this out to where it gets into the public domain. You know, when somebody breaks rank, somebody with inside a power structure says, hey, you know, fuck, hello, God, I didn't realize I'm an elitist, but I get cancer just like the poorest of the poor. And the richest of the rich, and all your money can't fucking another minute save. I mean, some of the richest people in the world right now are dying of cancer. Lots of them. There's no fucking savior. Inside the Situation Room, Jacko's in there. They're fighting. I mean, the military wants in. I mean, I have the emails from the Admiral. They want in right now. They went in. They went in. It wasn't just USS Reagan. 8 ships went in. They didn't tell those troops, soldiers. I like the Young Turks. 2 years later, reports that, yeah, look, they're pushing snow off the deck, off that famous photograph. You stupid, fat, dumb, fucking ignorant motherfucker. That's foam. They had a Little League football camp last summer on the USS Reagan. I was there. It's so outrageous, the media, the lazy, regurgitation fucking media is pathetic. They just spin. They're talking heads. They're pathetic fuckers. All of them. All of them. Every last single fucking one of them. Now, I go almost Sanjay Gupta because he's a practicing neurosurgeon. That's against the law, what he did on March 26th. Look up the transcript. That fucking show he ran, that's illegal because he's a practicing neurosurgeon. He took the oath. It's against the law for what he did. It's malice. It's full-blown out malice. They're in the Situation Room. They're fighting. The military wants in. The military went in. They want to go in and entomb it. They have the technology. They could have done it. And maybe could have done it. Would have been a massive project, but you wouldn't have been able to cover that up. When you got hundreds of thousands of troops going in there, they come home. No way. John Holden, head of the science and technology team from Livermore. Cal Berkeley. I love how Berkeley still has the J. Robert Oppenheimer Foundation. J. Oppenheimer was anti-bomb. Those fuckers, what Berkeley did to him, and they have the balls to use his name, teach a fucking program. And by the way, you can't even protest there anymore. I tried. They'll fucking shoot you at the state university. That's not Stanford. Oh, so they transformed him with Taylor. They're inside the situation room. They're fighting. They're arguing. Military wants in. You think it's a coincidence? The Joint Chief of Staff of the United States Marines, he's the one that blew the whistle. He's the one that blew the whistle, and they says, we find whoever fucking exposed this program that they're killing the fucking young Iranian scientists and their children. I pledge allegiance to, really, I'm going to stand, put my hand over a flag and pledge allegiance to a flag who fucking drones babies, who blows up Iranians fucking and their children for nothing. I mean, just random mass murders. Covers up the greatest ecological disaster in human history. Fuck, no, I'm not pledging allegiance to that. Hell no. It's so outrageous. But if they would have went in and entombed the military, that's the end of the nuclear freaking cartel. The American public, the sheep would have come out of their freaking dogma snuggies. So we have the technology. We have to justify our multi-billions of dollars of funding. We have to justify that. Go there. It's a whole fucking city. Oak Ridge is an entire city. This is the fucking Manhattan Project gone completely amok. It's insane. It is insane. It's free money. None of them work. They don't do anything. Nothing. Hundreds of billions, trillions of fucking dollars. They don't do anything. Make more bombs. So, okay, Holden, you say you guys have the technology? Have that. So Gregory Jacka walks out, and there's the media all over him. You can see he's a deer in the headlights. He goes to the Hill. He's called the Hill. He takes the Fifth. He's aghast. He has a child. He resigns. He becomes an anti-nuker. Him and the ex-prime minister of Japan. And the ex-prime minister of Japan tells you straight up, yeah, I was pro-nuclear and I was paid by the CIA. He says it in public. He says it in public all the time. You notice those guys were out there together. Now, by the way, the third guy, who's the urban planner from Harvard, he was with me at the San Onofre hearing. I met him, walked right, oh my God, Kevin, I love your work, blah, blah, blah. Remember those three were going around? Oh, not anymore. No, they got the talk. They get knocks on their doors. Ray Jacka was in the situation. He can't talk. That's top secret. So, they placed Alison McFarlane. I know Alison. Brilliant writer. She's a geologist. Oh, there's an ancient aquifer under Yucca Mountain. Well, she's probably right. Now, remember this. After Obama's second election, which he's the nuclear cartel. He was propped up by them. He is them. I mean, he's 100% lock, stock, back nuclear. 100%. Both sides are. That's the problem. The power vacuum that fucking, the only way they can be fucking broken is from the grassroots, spiritual leaders, which the spiritual leaders have been hijacked in this country. The evangelicals, the Mormon spiritual leaders are devils. They want to kill. They preach fucking politics from the fucking pulpit. They are fucking killers. So we have nothing. We have a small group of YouTubers around trying to fucking put the weight of the world on our neck while in fucking critical condition with AML leukemia. I've been doing this. So she's to block Yucca Mountain again. I mean, come on, Harry Reid. You live in his district. He's in Nevada. You know what percentage of the population of the state of Nevada is Las Vegas? It's the whole fucking state. You think they want Yucca Mountain? Fuck no. He says go Yucca Mountain. He's defeated so fast, make your head spin. That's the way politics work. Yucca Mountain's a horrible answer, by the way, anyway. That's the problem. There are no good fucking answers. So, Allison, you could see her, Barbara Boxer's drilling her, David Vitter protecting her, fucking Sessions from fucking Alabama protecting her. Brassel's so blatant. I'll give it to Brassel. He just holds no punches in Wyoming. Yeah, we have lots of uranium mines in Wyoming. We don't care if we kill all our people. We don't care if we kill them. We don't give a fuck. Yeah, we just give a fuck. We just want to fucking support our oligarch kings who own these mines. The Queen's fucking army, the House of Windsor, that's who I work for. Brassel tells you, I work for the Queen. You know, we want to fucking exploit more fucking uranium mines. I work for the Queen. He'll tell you straight up. And then the fucking fainting goats up there in Wyoming say, yeah, same in Utah. The fainting goat, we're pro-business. When the business fucking ain't helping none of you. Yeah, we'll bring all these great jobs when all they do is exploit illegal labor is what they do. They fucking lie. You know, I talked to a guy in Canada. He says, on the pipeline, he says, I told those fuckers you want to pull a pipeline through my fucking property? Oh, it's going to bring jobs here to lying fuckers. Give me the money up front. Let's see the fucking cash up front. They ain't going to do that. They just fucking lie. And you fucking fainting goats go for it. So we've created this incredible dichotomy That there's no fucking political will, there's no fucking answer, because there's no three branches of government. The United States is a fucking republic with a constitution. The Patriot Act backdoored the entire Constitution. So we're a republic, ran by oligarchs, the Queen. We are exactly what we fought against. Exactly, to a T. And Canada sits back, and the Queen sits back and says, can you believe these fainted goats? We have colonized the United States. Yet their taxpayers, their Walmart fucking gun shoppers, will go to, and they will fucking spend every dime that they have, every fucking penny they have, they will spend to support for military. So we don't have to have a military in Canada. We don't have to have military. The special relationship, the anti-porn. We don't have to have that because you do it for us. So, I mean, look it up. Look it up how much we spend. We're not supporting freedom, please. We're the opposite of freedom. It's repression. It's slavery. Usury is slavery. It's the quintessential age-old battle between fucking usury and enlightenment. Hamilton knew it. That's what we fought the Revolutionary War. We're slaves. The military-industrial complex has enslaved us. Nuclear fallout is the greatest slavery in the history. It's the most, think about it. The greatest spiritual leaders of our times. Dorothy Day. Oh, Megan Rice is her protege. Dorothy Day. She's going to be saying in New York City we don't even talk about her. Because New York City is a cultural theme park for Europeans to shop in. The weak dollar, they love it. They love usury. The whole country loves usury. Martin Luther King, all these people, John Kennedy, Bobby, they were all anti-nuclear. Hardcore because they understood that nuclear fallout is the great eclipse. You can't avoid it. It's cancer. We've known it for fucking decades and decades. It's cancer. Death. Oh, there's a cure. I love all these fuckers all over you. Oh, cure for cancer. I cure cancer. Fucking, this fucking snake oil salesman. There ain't no fucking cure. Ask Steve Jobs. Could have been the richest man on earth. Ask Mellon. I mean, all these guys. Ask Jamie Dimon. I mean, you're going to see more and more and more of these oligarchs fucking getting fucking cancer and dropping dead. You're going to see it over and over. Because they're arrogant. They think they're immortals. They really think they're immortals. Well, I got news for you immortal fuckers. We're the Spartans. We're the 300. And we're all ended up in the same place via this nuclear fallout, fucking dead. What's going on in Fukushima, Japan right now is so fucking scary and so fucking horrific. People ask me all the time, or hi, a woman asked me in New York, should I quit drinking New York City water? Yeah, a long time ago. But where do you go? What do you do? How do you hide? I'll tell you what you do. I hold up my bottle of carrot juice every time somebody asks me. I believe the answer to surviving and not getting cancer and dying, live like you have cancer before you have cancer, fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. Keep the body fat off your body. Because I'll tell you what, because you go into the acute leukemia units, and I'll tell you what, body fat, and smokers don't do well either. Quit smoking. Because the cancer free radicals like to attack the soft tissue. Well, where's the softest tissue besides the skin? The lungs. You have to have strong fucking lungs. You know, and not overtraining. We know the overtrained athletes, the triathletes that are fucking overtrained, a lot of them are dying of cancer. I have my theories. There's lots of debate out there. By the way, ESPN Outside the Lines, you know, I can badmouth about, they've done great work. They did a great work on, you know, the triathletes all dying. Well, they swim in the Pacific Ocean, one. And that's a contaminated mess long before Fukushima, now on Balco. I call it Pacific Genocide. They trained here in Moab, Utah. Uranium tailings on Balco. 350 open-air tests in Nevada. Hello, come on. The half-life of plutonium is 24,500 years. Did we all, I mean, it's outrageous how fucking people can convince themselves. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay while their own loved ones are dying. Because people have cocooned psychologically. I've really come down to this. People in their cerebral cortex, the front of their brain, they're not even thinking about any of this. They refuse to. They compartmentalize. It's just like a child being abused. Block it out. It's still in their subconscious, and then they lash out against someone else. It's like a girl who's sexually molested, which is so rapid here in Utah. It's like you people that threw in with Bundy. Think about Bundy, the friend of Warren Jeffs. Listen to those tapes out of Texas. Holding down a 12-year-old girl, the other woman, while he rapes her. That's the Bundy clan. So you're a young girl who's been molested and or raped, or man, they compartmentalize and they throw it back into their fucking subconscious. They don't think about well, it's still there, and the subconscious rules the actions. So they get there to find it, and then they lash out on the person, their most loved ones. That's why they have horrible broken relationships. They don't realize they're doing it. And the poor fucking unsuspecting fucker that ends up marrying in a relationship with a female like that, or vice versa. They don't know, and then they become the incredible hardcore victims of something they didn't even do. That's what nuclear is. That's exactly what nuclear fallout is. These people watch this death via cancer. Subconscious they know, and I tell you, I can prove this is true. I can prove it. You know what fish consumption is done out of the Pacific post-Fukushima? It's dropped off a cliff. People aren't eating fish. You talk to them, they just stare at you. But their subconscious knows that their conscious is not relating to it because they're blocking it out. They're blocking out their debt structure. They're blocking out their misery. Why do you think the pill epidemic is off the hook? You know, everybody says, well, Big Pharma, oh yeah, fuck yeah. Big Pharma fucking right, they're evil. They're sick, evil motherfuckers. It's all bottom line. To think a medical industry is being ran on the American business model and purely bottom line, it's a flawed system. It cannot fucking work. But the problem is this. Americans have went down this road. They took the fucking path of, I'm going to be rich. They pulled this shit in the feudal system in Europe for fucking hundreds of years. Hey, look, Cinderella, you might marry the prince. When really, who'd want to be married to one of those ugly fucking inbreds? You took a look at those two little creepy, they sure don't look like Mama. Now, Mama was good looking. Pretty. Beautiful. Well, you see what they did to her. They whacked her. And Prince Charles couldn't handle having sex with a beautiful female. He had to go have sex with his fucking ugly fucking inbred cousin. Oh, my God. I mean, those boys look just like Daddy. They're hideous. I mean, next time you got a porn addiction and you fucking having problems, I want you to pull up a fucking picture of fucking Queen Victoria. The whole inbred ugly family. Oh, look, Cinderella, you might marry a prince. So they wave it in front of your fucking face. I saw a poll here in the United States that 85% of people on Social Security still believe they'll be millionaires. I got a friend who's homeless. He walks around all the time. Oh, yeah, when I'm rich. I says, you're homeless, motherfucker. What do you mean when you're rich? You can't even have a conversation about these people with this. Sits around and watches YouTube videos of CEOs. These people have bought into this lottery American. I can prove it. When the lottery gets up, look at people flock. They'll fucking stand in lines for 3 hours deep to buy a fucking lottery ticket when they got no shot. They've bought into the fairy tale fucking science fiction economics, I call it. They bought into it. It's a fucking fairy tale. It's a fucking lie. Oh, you're going to be rich. No, you're not. No, you're not. They're not letting you in the club. All your money got another minute by. Well, that's why I call Fukushima the great equalizer. Look, it doesn't matter how much money you have when you get fucking cancer. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm here to tell you. Yeah, you can have some advantages if you got a lot of, but not really. I mean, I was in there. I watched people Learjet into our unit. It really doesn't matter. The fight matters. Oh, fuck. Yeah. The intensity matters. If I haven't proven that, it might have. Really, you think about this story, me telling the story of Fukushima in a hardcore way. It really is the country and western version of Hamlet. The one part of this story that I think people are overlooking, they're heavily, the type of cancer, there's no way I should ever survive. The misdiagnosis, the whole dynamic, I mean, it's almost an impossible fucking, I guess, impossible odds. I'm alive. And people were able to watch through a YouTube site in, hardcore, intimate detail how I survived. That's the part of this story. That is the big part that people are overlooking. My intensity? Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, I threw down the fucking collar immediately when I'm not going down fucking, what do they call it? I was in so much epic hardcore pain that, just really the fucking, I would have given anything, just the pain alone to go away. The pain was, I'm a tough guy. I'm a very tough guy. The scar across my face took years to live in life. I've been in critical condition many, many times in my life. Many times. Very fucking tough childhood as far as I was a mutated little preemie. Very hardcore tough childhood I had. Hard. Very hard. I'm a tough dude. The pain when I had leukemia, I'd never experienced anything even close. It was so overwhelming. I was so cramped up in my stomach. It was so fucking brutal. I mean, I don't know how I got through it. I really don't. It went on for a long fucking time. Misdiagnosed by these quack and the quack B. That's the part of the story. I've survived. I'm alive through my intensity. In an honest way. In a reality way. I didn't go in denial about any of this. I took it head on. You know, I watch people, you know, it's called LDS Hospital, so it still has a lot of the old Mormon thesis about it, where they remodeled it. The Mormon Church doesn't know it. Yet, for somehow, in the Mormon community, in the evangelical community, they come to this conclusion that it's all God's doing, which no religion ever taught that. God helps those who help themselves. No one ever taught, but that's how they do. Oh, it's God's will. No, it's not God's fucking will. Men are responsible for their actions. And, you know, that's coming right from all these leaders. I don't care if you buy into Christian philosophy, you call it Muslim philosophy, Buddhism, all. It comes down to logic. Basic, the truth. Thou shalt not kill, love them. For they know not what they do. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. I have a tough time forgiving, but take it on, head on. They don't do that. Oh, I'm putting my hands in God. What? Well, God never taught that. No teachings ever taught that. No, I don't care what, pagan, fucking Christian, whatever, they never taught that. You take it on. And so these people pull back. I've watched it. Oh, God's going to... No, and he doesn't. Because they don't. They're wrong on this thesis. And that's what the Mormon community's done here. That's what they're... Oh, you know, these monsters are freaking covering up Fukushima. These monsters have gone amok with nuclearism, and there's no byproduct. That's just all... No, that is not God's doing. That is man. Men are responsible for doing it. Evil, sociopaths, sick, greedy, devils in hairspray. And the Mike Lees of all these politicians with their hairspray sitting up there, the Foxconn News anchors, they're sitting there. They think they're on the women. I always go back to CNBC. This Mark Haynes. You know, I was a trader, so we have to be watching CNBC all day, every day. Him and what's her name, Aaron Burnett, who's on CNN now. She was young, impressionable, ignorant. You know, she's another sick, fucking dumb bitch. So he just laughed. Oh, you better say this stuff kills you. You know, remember he got Cheetos on his chair, donuts sitting out there, and he had young children. Do you want to talk about an arrogant, irresponsible piece of shit? He had children to raise. He didn't care. I got a new soda machine in my house. He cheated. He stood up. He'd go to work, they said, sometimes in shorts, wouldn't he wear any pants, whatever, just sit and eat donuts and just make fun and he, you know, just carry on. By the way, he called the bottom market the Haynes bottom. I used to get a kick out of the guy, but I used to think, boy, is he fucking scoffing death in its face. He got up off the chair one day and his heart blew up like a nuclear fucking bomb and flopped fucking deader than a doornail. He had children. You know how irresponsible that is? You know how bad parenting that is? That's what fucking nuclear is. Anybody who's fucking going in denial about fucking nuclear fallout in Fukushima, especially young mothers and fathers, it's irresponsible. It's bad parenting. It's borderline fucking child abuse. Well, it is child abuse. You know, my grandchildren or my children, they're very aware. You know, then, you know, my adult children, they can make their own choices, but they surely know. I think that's the first step. I mean, it's, you could compartmentalize that your subconscious knows. You know, teach your children well. Defend your children. You're not defending your children. You know, Barack Obama's a parent. You can see he's a gas. He doesn't even give charismatic speeches anymore. They took the wind out of his sails. He understands it. Stand down. He was told to stand down, just like Gore was told to stand down by the United States military. Eisenhower's speech. I used to make my students read it. Don't cliche it. Read it. He was a smart dude. Eisenhower was a very smart man. So is his daughter. They're very brilliant people. She says the Republican Party was totally hijacked by these mentally ill, insane fuckers. Operation Lockdown, the Queen. Oh, boy. The Democratic Party was fucking hijacked by the so-called fucking passive-aggressive liberals who think they're elitists when they're not. It's marginalized 80%. The vast sheep of America, I mean, these big fat fucking slobs eating fucking, I mean, the foreign litter. I always fall back to this. Lots of studies have been done. All the litter that's crossed. Remember in the 60s, it was a big sin to litter. People would even throw out a cigarette butt. It was American poppies. American poppies would turn on you. You're with a bunch of guys, you throw something out the window, you're going to get your ass kicked. Remember the Indian crying with a teardrop running down his cheek? Because we were economically healthy. One person working 40 hours a week. Oh, tariffs. Usury laws. Oh, you fucking protectionist. When you got backdoored. Now it's all, the number one litter has been proven is Burger King. I mean, it's so sick that these lazy slobs will abuse themselves. They've internalized their own strife. I saw a young, really pretty girl, pregnant girl with tattoos on her face the other day. The self-mutilation is unbelievable. The obesity, the grotesqueness, the freaking self-mutilation, the pill popping, as all byproduct. Because it is the quintessential fight between usury and enlightenment. These are unenlightened people. How can they be enlightened when they're economically fucking destroyed? Socially destroyed. They do it to themselves? Absolutely they do it to themselves. Through ignorance. Oh, baby, it's laziness. It's internalizing strife. It's degenerate, which we turn into degenerate America, which even from the very top, these people are sociopaths. This guy who wrote this article is a sociopath. He's an ex-executive for AIG. Now you think about that. The insurance complex, the most evil complex in the history of mankind, got trumped by nuclear. These people are eating their own. This is the biggest story in any of your lives, maybe the biggest story in 2,000 years. And nobody's even talking about it. And it just, it's going to go. It's not going away. I'm telling you, we go in these cycles because everybody's posturing and grooming the news cycle. Google's top 10 search engine. They're just as fucking bad. ABC, CBS, NBC, Reuters. It's a cultural problem. It's systemic. It's a systemic cultural problem. Because everybody has bought into this thesis that they're going to be lottery American, they're going to be rich, and somehow when you get on the winning team and you're rich, it's happily ever after. No, it's not. My boss used to have a sign when I was on Wall Street on his wall. He's dead and gone. I know a lot of very rich people who live very poor lives. There's no correlation between wealth and happiness. None. In fact, it probably works the opposite. The more money you can, so that thesis that you're sold, number one, it's not true. Number two, you're never getting there. So what if you got a couple $1 million? Whoopee. It's not going to give you any happiness. And I'm here to tell you, I've been there. I've been up, down, all the way around. This good fight, they call it the good fight for a reason. I've been in the good fight. I understand the good fight now. Fight like a girl, I understand that. Because girls out-survive men. That's where the orange ribbon comes in. The logo fight the girl because they don't kill themselves. Because men are postured and groomed on the fucking money thesis. I get rich, it solves all my problems. I live in the biggest house, solves all my problems. I got all these fucking toys. No, it creates more problems. The best things in life were free. The air that you breathe, the water that you drink, they're not free anymore. You can't live abstractly anymore. Fukushima. It's in the jet stream. This world is a very small place. People think this globe is so massive and big. Get up in an airplane. Every time you're in a plane and then look down, and you can realize how small this place is. The jet stream blowing all over us. The nuclear cartel, they take the lazy. It's just like the Fed. It's no different than the Fed. QE 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They just keep kicking that because the American populace demands that. They demand this fucking shitty low interest rate, which destroys economies. Alan Greenspan's the greatest terrorist in human history. And Anne Rand, fuck. She never claimed to be an economist, please. She was a science fiction writer. These people are so insane. So insane. They bought into this thesis. Hook, line, sinker. The same old royal system. It's a feudal system. Serfs and peasants, all of you, working class. And the sad thing is, you're going to work 65 hours a week to go further in debt. Now, granted, a lot of it is their own problems because they bought houses. But you think about it, you're a young couple. You want to buy a house, raise your children, so you really are at the random of the market. You get it high or you get it low. Well, it's all high, I'm here to tell you. It's called inflating your way out. Houses are the asset class. Gold's the asset class. Stocks are the asset class. It works all the way out. They've inflated their way out. You know what a barrel of oil was in 2000? $12, $14. You know what gold was? $230. You know what the fucking markets? Well, yeah, the markets are returning to their levels. We had a Goldilocks fairy tale Very real Goldilocks economy in the 90s. Downsizing the military, no inflation, none. We had no inflation from the 80s clear to 2000. The Volcker Fed raising the interest rate. It's called classical medicine. Americans are not willing to take classical medicine. They're not willing to do it. They won't do it. Because they're baby boomers. They want everything now. They want wars they won't pay for. They want to pop a pill. And these babies, I've watched it. They go into the hospital. I've seen it. I'm headed this morning. I was headed this morning. They walk in. They've got AML leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. These people. So they take this. There's a pill. I'll be saved, right, doctor? Doctor, right? Right? You have just a pill. I'll be okay. I can just lay here. And the doctor's like, are you kidding? What? What? This is Hail Mary. You've got freaking cancer. You got AML leukemia. These fertilizers are all crazy. Don't you realize what you're up against? Most likely you're going to die. And these people freaking go down this walk. They walk this path. They really think of pills. They really think they can just go to the plastic surgeon. He's going to save them. They can take a pill. They can do anything. It's not going to happen. This is the fight of your life. And they just go along with it. It's immaturity. These baby boomers never grew up. None of them. You have these immature, fucking big, overgrown, fucking spoiled, rotten fucking babies running the fucking country, running the world. Post fucking World War II. All that blood and fucking pain. That greatest generation, that's why I disagree with Oliver Stone. I agree with almost everything he does, except for, he says, oh, they weren't the great. Yes, they were the greatest generation because they went through the Depression and they knew what it felt like to be hungry. They were starving. For real. There were no food stamps. There were no fucking 65 million people a year. 65 million people on food stamps in this country. It's a hardcore, brutal fight. They knew. They felt it in their souls. They knew what it was to be like to be a child, so they cared about other people. They knew what usury. They knew anti-nuclear. They tried to stop it. Kennedy's tried to stop it. Martin Luther King tried to stop it. Rachel Carson tried to stop it. Every leader we had, they all tried to stop it. But the military-industrialized complex, Eisenhower, got the field, and boy, did they take the field. And they indoctrinated. They wrapped you up in a flag. To be a patriot was somehow to go drone babies in fucking the Middle East. That's a patriot? I don't understand that. How much time do we have left, Dan? You still there?
Got a couple of minutes, Kevin.
It's a sad commentary. Fukushima's ongoing. I've been saying that 6 full months. Now, what is going on at 5? I don't know. But when Fox News reports this, that it's going to go into meltdown if they can't get it cool in 10 days, that, to me, is such propaganda. Who the fuck knows? But we know they spent fuel unloading in October of 2013. We knew in July last summer. And then everybody argued with me as I was reporting this with my small army, but then there are freelance Geiger counters out there, which these incredible networks, I mean, there's been some incredible freelancers that have done incredible work networking this together, and they're accurate readings. And sure shit, as soon as jet stream gets ordered, sure rain, we get the spikes. So we're all over this. The typhoon's going to hit, they'll dump, but that's nothing new. But just think of this fact alone. They're dumping plutonium into the Pacific Ocean now for 1,200 days. Over 1,200 days. They've been dumping the whole time. The first 6 days they didn't dump. The wind was blowing out. The wind was blowing out the first 6 days. If the wind was not blowing, it was blowing briskly out over North America. If it wasn't blowing, they would have evacuated Japan. I mean, you think about that. The evacuation of fucking how many millions of people? I don't know where this ends. I don't think anybody knows. Not even the people that are trying to clean it up. But I can't see anything good coming out of this. Stay tuned. We'll talk more about this Thursday. And, keep your immune system bolstered. Get your children on the fresh fruit and vegetables.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Twin Gate, 311, whatever you want to